Hello traders, welcome to ChrisFX. It has come to my awareness that many of you are interested in learning how to trade the fixed range volume profile. Nonetheless, when you're back testing it or forward testing it, you see that it does not work for you. Today I'm here to provide the solution to this problem and teach you how to trade the fixed range volume profile properly and why you keep failing when you are trying to trade it. By the way, this video is a continuation to this video that you see on the top right of your screen right now, so if you haven't watched that already, go ahead, watch this one first and then come back to this one where I will teach you the proper way how to apply the fixed range volume profile and how to identify the best trading opportunities. Let's move on with our video. I will start by showing you how, if I had applied the fixed range volume profile on the challenge that I took the past week, how I would pass again within those 3 hours only by using the fixed range volume profile. Of course, I did pass it as you saw, but I did not use this amazing tool. Let's get into it. First of all, for you who haven't watched the previous video, you can find the fixed range volume profile exactly right here on the left of your Tradingview platform. Go ahead, click on that, you see the prediction and measurement tools, you can find it right here and then you can place a star next to it. If you place a star, look at the middle top of my screen, it goes in and out of my toolbar. So have this one selected so that you will have it always right here on the top of your screen, ready to be used. Let's start with this example then. People, as we said in this previous video that I showed how I passed this challenge within 1 day, they had identified this area right here from the 15-minute time frame, this exact fair value gap that you see right here, and they wanted to go short, of course, from this area. I will go down to the 1 minute time frame within this area. So we were exactly right here and people saw this one as a change of character towards the downside. This is now why your fixed range volume profile does not work. I will show you. If you saw this as a change of character, as 99% of the people out there, then you would go ahead, select your fixed range volume profile, you would apply it from the top of this movement which broke structure right here until the bottom, okay, until here. And you would see that you get this beautiful, let's say, protruding part, which is this area right here. And as I taught in the previous video, you would go ahead, you would place a horizontal line exactly right here at this protruding part. And then you would go ahead with the pending order with the sell limit in this occasion right here with the stop loss right above. Okay. And then first take profit, you could go ahead and hit right here, of course, for a 2.3 to 1 reward to risk. In this occasion, you will tell me that this worked, this absolutely worked perfectly. Yes, this is why the fixed range volume profile is absolutely amazing. But if you go for the real movement, which is the long-term movement, you wouldn't be able, for example, to go ahead and hit this area over here or this area over here, etc, etc. So your problem is that you are not identifying the real movement. This is where the whole problem starts. And the real movement in this occasion was not this one as a change of character. Even though you would have got a small 2.3 to 1, the real move was exactly right here. This is the change of character. So by identifying the correct change of character and seeing this whole movement as a reaccumulation over here, okay, this is accumulating more orders and grabbing liquidity from these areas, and it is tapping in this fair value gap from the 1 minute time frame. We know from the ChrisFX courses that this is now a proper change of character and not this one right here. What you would do right now, you would go ahead after you would have identified this change of character and you would apply the fixed range volume profile from the bottom of this movement until the top of this movement. And now you will get confused because you see all of this volume right here, so you think that we are gonna go down. No, do not get influenced by this thing that you see right here. Indeed, if our bias would be to go short, to sell in other words, then we would go ahead and we would identify this protrusion right here. But no, Our bias that we know from the ChrisFX courses, the ChrisFX Academy, is to go long. So what you will do, it doesn't matter that you don't see a lot of strength down here, you will identify the protruding part that you see down here, which is this one, of course. You see how this part right here, this blue area that you see, not the blue candlestick, this blue area from the volume profile is protruding from the one towards the left and the one towards the right. This is the right one. You apply your line there, and now you are taking your buy limit order in this occasion exactly at the line with a stop loss below the point where you applied the fixed range volume profile. Now regarding the targets, because we know that this is the real movement now, I had a target, as I said the previous time, in the previous video, of 3 to 1. Of course I entered higher, that's why I did go until here, because I entered somewhere around here for my order. But had I chosen to trade with a fixed range volume profile, the same movement would be a 9 to 1 reward to risk. So you could go ahead and target, for example, this high with the fixed range volume profile applied. You would have had a 10 to 1 reward to risk, even if you would go for this liquidity by being extremely greedy without closing anything. I will show you something. I will extend that to the right, and you will see that we are not even stopped out here. Of course, I do not suggest that you go and do anything silly like that. Still, you would have hit this beautiful 19 to 1 reward to risk. You don't need to do that. As we said, you would go for a safe area like a 10 to 1, because I would go for this high, the one that I went actually for, a ChrisFX zone, but I had entered, as I said, way higher, so I had a 3 to 1. My trade was something like that, exactly 2.95 to 1 actually. So if I would have used the fixed range volume profile, this is the result that I would have gotten. There is of course less chances of being activated, but when you get activated, this is what you can expect. Now let's move on and check out another random example on, let's say, USD CAD, on Forex in general, or Euro US dollar. Let's check this one out right here, and this is a losing trade that I called on the Telegram group. I saw this one as a change of character because of the confluences that I had. Of course, I didn't like that we didn't have a sudden, let's say, grab of liquidity, but we had a grab of liquidity below these areas right here. So I called it, it was a losing trade. But the point is not this one. I will show you how to apply it also on higher time frames, because previously we just applied it on the 1 minute time frame. Now we will apply it on the 15-minute time frame. Price tapped into the ChrisFX zone, the blue zone right here. Of course, this was a losing trade that we got, and then we grabbed liquidity below this area. Now we have this whole fair value gap, and of course we have this order block. This week is an order block as well. We grabbed suddenly liquidity, and then we broke impulsively above the area. Okay, what I had told you in a previous video with the grabs of liquidity and how to identify grabs of liquidity, I said that when this happens from a higher zone, you can check it out, it is in one of the videos of the past week. I said there is a very high probability now that we will come back into this area, okay, and then on the 1 minute time frame we will see something relevant to what we saw on the 15-minute time frame and get a trade towards the upside. So this has not played yet, because as of the recording of this video, it is Saturday the 15th of April 2023. But what I would do in this occasion, because I have the bias from the ChrisFX courses, for example, let's say, doesn't matter how it plays out, more likely than not, the ChrisFX rules are gonna stand out. Okay, high probability stuff I'm teaching you. If you would go ahead now and see this, let's say, as a change of character, then you would be expecting to place a sell limit exactly right here. And more likely than not, you will be stopped out when price gets back into this area. The point that I'm making is that if you do not have a bias on where price is gonna go, the fixed range volume profile is actually worthless. But if you have a bias, as we have, let's say, right here, where I know that 80% of the times my premise is gonna be correct, then you apply the fixed range volume profile from the bottom of this movement until the top of the movement where price might be retracing, then I have this whole area and I have two protruding parts. Of course, this one is tested right here. I am interested in the next protruding part inside my area, so I would go ahead and specifically highlight this area right here. Look at that, this one. This is where my white line goes, exactly on the top of this thing right here. I then go ahead and delete the fixed range volume profile, and I know that now if I'm interested to see a reaction on the 1 minute time frame, of course I can do that and place a buy limit order exactly right here, okay, and go ahead and target, for example, this area 3 to 1 or even the highs, because I think they will get broken 4.7 to 1, or I know that I will see my reaction once price makes it back into this area. I will more likely than not see my reaction very close, if not exactly, to this white line. This is how I'm using the fixed range volume profile. Of course, I am combining it with the ChrisFX strategies, the ChrisFX rules, and the ChrisFX zones, and I have absolutely taken my trading to the next level. And because you will not learn all of my rules anywhere else, this is a guarantee, just go ahead, either book a one-to-one with me or become a member of the ChrisFX Academy in order to do what I'm doing and to hit the results that I'm hitting consistently. Leave a like and a comment in this video, because 2 out of the 100 people are gonna be selected for the giveaway. We are at 63 to 65 persons right now, probably more as of the watching of this video because I'm making it 1 week earlier. 2 out of the 100 are gonna get 1 month for free to the ChrisFX Academy. When we will get up to 100 people, what we will do, out of those, in order to see who are the loyal ones, I will give you free access, of course, to everybody. Everybody can have free access. I am creating it right now to the general Discord server. You don't have to pay for anything for that for a lifetime. You are for free. You have free access to the general server, but I want to see when we will gather the 100 people, then I want to see you in the general Discord server, again, where you don't have to pay anything. And from those who watch consistently and who deserve the program the most, then we will do the draw from these people who will have already joined the free Discord server, and they will gain access also to the premium. This is gonna do it for today, traders, and thank you all for watching. Until next time.